365 Days of Horsemanship, day 177. Today was a pretty nice day. I'm pretty tired. I've had a really long week. And when I came up today, it is the morning, so I'm pretty proud of myself. It's just coming up for lunchtime now. I woke up at about 8 and I wanted to come at 8, but I was super tired. And so I just lazed about, had a lazy morning for a couple of hours, which is fine. Came up and came to Mia first because I really had the motivation more to see Mia than I did to see Lawrence. And so I just kind of went with that. I went up to see her and I approached her relatively quickly. Because I just didn't feel like I had the motivation to stay and play for a long time at a distance. I have that motivation on other days. Today I didn't have it, so it's very important, not to have myself in concern as well. Like, I need to take care of my own needs as well as my horse's needs. And I came up, and actually having spent this really long session yesterday working on the halter, I literally moved her twice and was able to halter her immediately. And then she immediately started walking us, and I was like, wow, that's cool. Like, I really felt like that was like the fastest halter we'd ever had. And yeah, it was really good. It was really nice. The fastest halter we've ever had where she's not like come to see me when I've walked in, because some days she will just come to see me, particularly if she's in a smaller space, she's bored, and she's highly motivated to come over and be haltered. But when she's not offered and I've had to ask, that's definitely the shortest amount of asking I've ever had to do, which is really cool. We went and checked the fence for mountain lions together, which was good. She definitely, I'm not sure, I think overall there was improvement. Definitely the herd being in that field, because I play with her in her field with her herd, can be distracting sometimes. And I think it's just a good opportunity for me to help her deal with those stressful situations. And I think that's really powerful for us as well. We managed to walk the whole fence line. It didn't really take very long, which was nice. We didn't have, I think we had only like one bit of a freak out just as we were coming down the hill. Everyone else was running down the hill as well. And so, that's like fair enough really. At the top, she was quite nervous going along the back line because there's like a JCB back there. And some noise and men working, and it's all behind the hedge, so it's all a bit mysterious. And it was nice for me to feel like I noticed that, and so I just said, oh, that's perfect, that's fine. Well, you don't have to walk next to me for this one, because otherwise, you're between me and the scary thing. You can just walk behind me and I'll just walk in front, and we'll just, I'll be the leader. And that was really nice to feel like that feel and timing from me was really good, that I noticed that, and we were able to then walk past it, and I was able to make it easier for her. And I think also feeling comfortable making it easier for her, because actually, yes, the long-term goal is that she would be able to walk next to me past that scary thing. But we don't have to be able to do that today. She doesn't have to get everything perfect today. Today is hard. I've never asked her to do it before. She's stressed about it. And actually the most important thing is that I show her that that's something that I see that, I understand that, and I know how to be a good leader. That's the most important thing for the relationship. That's what's going to help her trust me later on when I ask her to be in that scary place. And she'll say, do you know what? If Lucy thought it was a problem, she'd change the position. I feel safe here. And I think just having that confidence not to try to fix everything to make it perfect today, and really work with the boundaries of what we have, is just really cool. Then we worked a little bit on our hill therapy, which was good. Introduced the trot today for the first time, and yeah, that went well. I think it's just, again, a matter of time. It's just a matter of just consistently turning up and being engaged. And it's really interesting because in the past I've always been like, oh, hill therapy, it's so boring, fitness is so boring, I can't believe I have to do all this boring stuff with her, and somehow find a way to make it not boring. And I realized today that maybe boring for me is just a synonym of either disengaged or tired. Because actually, if I'm fully engaged in what we're doing and in trying to focus on the problems and the issues and the little niggles that are making what we're doing not as great as it could be. So like, for example, being particular about her position, or walking with her and trying to make sure that we're yielding together, dealing with the other horses that are around, rather than just like switching off and just being like, oh, okay, well, I have to just walk her for the next 5 minutes. Actually, I found it quite enjoyable. And I think that that's something that's really powerful. And I also think it explains why a lot of horses I played with that stuff get bored. Because if I'm bored, how can I expect them not to be bored? If I'm not engaged with them, then where's the connection? Actually, it's the connection and the relationship and the conversation between myself and the horse that makes it interesting. If I'm not there for that conversation, how can I expect them to be motivated to do this thing? You know, like they have no positive association with that action. Whereas if we're doing it together and it feels good, then that's a great positive association. So it's good. I feel good about it. I managed to get some good trot with some good expression. I've noticed as well that the problems with her neck turning out on the circle just aren't really coming up at the moment. And I think that's really interesting, because I'm sort of thinking that potentially it's not coming up because I'm not putting it in there, because we're not going so fast that she feels like she wants to leave. I'm not making it so difficult that she doesn't want to do it. Like, fundamentally, you know, it's actually quite a simple problem. Like, she's putting her head out because she doesn't want to be there. And actually, if I can make it so that the conversation is easy enough and interesting enough and engaging enough and it feels good enough that she does want to be there, that behaviour won't exist. So that's been really good and really encouraging. It definitely came up a little bit as we were playing with the trot, but I was just careful not to ask her for too much, you know, like just ask for a bit of the trot. It comes up, I keep running, we're looking for that nice spot where we're together, and then we're coming back to the walk. And I think just looking for that first nice moment, it just felt really good. There was a lot of stopping today overall. I'm not really sure how I feel about it, but I think I definitely want to avoid the trap of over I think like putting too much emphasis or concern on something that's happened like really for not that long. Like, I think, you know, sometimes I have this bad habit of being like, oh well, this happened today and it's a disaster and I need to fix it because I can't have that happening all the time. But actually it's not happening all the time, it just happened today. So I think I just need to keep doing what I'm doing, keep trying to have good timing with the stopping, and see what happens. Because if it's still that way in a month, then it's a problem. But it's not been a month, so I don't need to make it a problem yet. So it's good. I finished the session. I managed to jump next to her as well, preparation for mounting, and she licked and chewed. I did one jump, her ears went back, I stopped jumping, her ears went forward, and then she licked and chewed. That was super nice. So I took the halter off straight away on that, because I was like, yes, that feeling about me jumping is what I want. I then went to walk away, came back round, and just did a little bit of like supportive leadership and flow, just kind of like finishing off that sandwich of like freedom, dominance, freedom really nicely. It's definitely the way to go for me. I just feel the session feels so whole and complete, and it feels like the dominance that happened in the middle is not like the most important thing, which I think is really important for both of us. I also played today for the first time with the warm down, because she needs to walk a warm down as well after she's trotted, with walking through the herd, and showing her this like nose to tail thing where you just walk past a horse nose to tail. Just sort of try to lead by example, that actually she can move around these horses and that is okay. And I think that went really well as well. I came to Lawrence, who was having a little rest. I sat down for a bit, had a little rest with him. Then I came over quite close to him and lay down next to him because I just was like so knackered. And we had a really nice little session with him just like playing and nuzzling my face, and I was itching his face from the floor, and it just was really nice. It just felt really just amazing. Like, I wish I'd had that on video. Like, it was so lovely. Just so relaxed and just easygoing. Like, we were just enjoying each other's company. And it really felt playful, which was really nice. It really felt playful. And then I got up and did a little bit with him again on the touching distance. And yeah, I definitely feel optimistic about it, because now I feel like when I touch, his stress level goes up, but it's not so high that it's into like concern, where he's feeling like he needs to run away. And so I feel really, really good about that. It's definitely, you know, like, sometimes he needs to walk a little bit, or he'll start turning or whatever, but I really feel like he's looking for the answers. Like, I really feel like curiosity coming up in him. So I'm super happy with that. Super, super happy with that. So yeah, all in all, a really good day.